A united picture of trade union federations Cosatu, Fedusa and Saftu in the public sector taking a stand against government as they chart a new way forward on their wage demands. The workers will now occupy the streets of Pretoria in a march to Treasury on the next Tuesday.
This is a protest action. It's not a strike action at this point in time. So we are focusing on getting a lot of the public servants out, because we do realize that the 22nd is a date to make a point. And we want to send a strong message to government that we are not going to be taken for granted anymore. Which community or which country will sustain itself when people are having below inflation increases? So services are going to be affected. We have no doubt about that. And I think we have to be mindful of that. And we need the public to support us in this process.
The PSA was the first union to test its members' appetite to down tools. Earlier this month, the PSA members stayed away from work and embarked on a nationwide demonstration, but the move did not have a significant impact on government services. This time around, the unions plan to put all their efforts together in order to send a strong message to the employer.
Our consolidated demand also included the baseline adjustment to the housing allowance to all public servants, regardless of whether they own or do not have a bonded house, to 2.5 thousand rand or 2,500 rand. Bursary schemes for the children of public servants who are currently excluded because they are considered to be too rich to get NFSAS, but their parents are too poor to afford tuition fees and living expenses.
The federations have cautioned that all the workers, including those in essential services, are battling to make ends meet. Now there are fears that the march next week could see disruption of essential public services.
All public servants are the slaves of this government. And until such time, the government give essential service workers essential salaries, we will not going to accept that. So we are going to mobilize all the public servants, including the essential services, to participate.
The federations have also slammed Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana's recent utterances that government may have to consider retrenching public servants to bring the wage bill to more sustainable levels.
Instead of retrenching, they must appoint teachers who are unemployed, because we have a lot in our country who have graduated and qualified properly from universities, spent government money to train some of them. They must be employed. We are saying they must employ the nurses that are unemployed. We are saying they must recruit more police officials, traffic officers, instead of retrenching. However, if they consider retrenchment as the last resort, we think they must firstly retrench themselves, because most of them are above the employment age at any rate in the same parliament. Most of them are 70. Most of them are above 65. So they must demonstrate that they must go and sit down and play with their grandchildren before they tell a public servant who's below 60 to go home and be retrenched.
The public sector federations have resolved to rally their collective might to push the employer to improve the rejected 3% wage offer that they say is close to nothing. They say the economy has been taken into consideration as they believe that government can afford the 10% wage increase, calling on the public servants and the general public to join them on that march to the Treasury on Tuesday. Katleho Lohodi, SABC News, Centurion.